1220 and 103.7 FM. KOFO, your sports source for East Central Kansas, welcomes you to the Pizza Time Hoop Talk Show on 103.7 FM, 1220, and KOFO.com. We invite you to join us live at Pizza Time in downtown Ottawa for food and drink specials during the show as we talk OU Braves and Lady Braves basketball with head coaches Aaron Siebenthal and Bruce Tate. Pizza Time Hoop Talk is brought to you by Ottawa Family Physicians, Pizza Time, Bob Allen Ford, and Ottawa University. Now, with this edition of Pizza Time Hoop Talk, here's KOFO's Bob Johnson.
Well, good evening and welcome into Pizza Time. Here at Woodstock. As the feedback here is pretty, we're trying to get the audio taken care of, so we are multitasking on many different fronts, but one good thing here is that the Braves are back in action after taking the holidays off, and unfortunately, though, they were not able to pick up the victory on the road last night as the Braves fell to the number 8 Southwestern Mountain Builders 84-81. Before that game last night, though, the Braves were on a 6-game winning streak and have been playing rather impressively. And they had a great game last night. Just came up short, as we mentioned, 84-81 in the last few minutes of the game. Titus Rice, who is here tonight, he was the leading scorer for Ottawa. He had 22. And we also will have Hollis Mitchell joining us. So as we talk about, let's go ahead and bring them both up here to our place here at Pizza Time. And, gentlemen, it's good to have you on the show tonight.
Appreciate you having me.
As Titus hands the mic off, or Titus gets the mic first from Hollis. I thought Hollis would take it as being maybe a team leader, but he's going to let you go with it first.
I guess so.
Well, welcome to the program, and they had a big game last night, 22 points, and a tough place to play. The gym is just there's a few places in the KCAC that are just kind of awkward to play at, and that's one of the places down in Winfield. And it always seems to be good games, but just came up short. And you guys, you had the lead at the half, but Southwestern was just able to jump ahead at the end. When you take a look at everything, so you look at stats, everything was really even between the two teams. When you break it down, what happened last night?
I just think come second half, we just took a few plays off defensively, lost our man sometimes. They just got good looks, and they knocked them down. They're a good basketball team, so they're going to knock shots down.
And with that being said, if you guys were coming in, it was a bad time for a break, though, with how well you guys were playing. Did you feel like maybe had a little rust to knock off coming out of the holiday?
Yeah, I believe that, too. That was our first game coming back, playing together.
And I can't keep people. I haven't done this since November, so this is going to be a rusty episode as Hollis Mitchell now gets the microphone. Cameron Hunt, great player for Southwestern, but is it just me, or does he feel like he's been there for about 7 years?
I guess you could say that. I feel like I've been at Audible for a long time also.
As being one that has called a few games, it doesn't feel like it's been that long for you, but I feel like when I was doing games that it seemed like Cameron Hunt was always playing for Southwestern.
I guess, he's a good player, so he's probably been in the headlines a lot, scoring a lot of points for them, so.
Or somehow got some extra eligibility.
Maybe that too.
Let's see if we can score some for you guys. But, even though with the loss last night, I think you guys have really had you sent a message to the conference with some of the victories you have had so far this season. And maybe it's just me, and it most likely is. New cough syrup I'm on anyway. there seems to be a different feel with this team this year. In years past, there was a camaraderie, there was a team feeling, but the one game that I got to call and then just being able to watch online or being at Wilson Fieldhouse, there seems to be not only a calm but a confidence that maybe hasn't been there in years past. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I do. Since I've been here for 4 years now, I think each year we've gotten better from top to bottom. Like, we brought in new guys and we're starting to gel together. And early in the season, we were playing some NAIA D1 teams, and we struggled a little bit with a lot of new people. And people didn't know our roles, and as a team, we really didn't know how to win yet. Then once we started winning, everybody had trust in each other, and now we feel like we can beat anybody, especially that big game against York, and then Oklahoma Wesleyan, and then we got on the streak, and we just felt like we can beat anybody.
And Titus, for you, what do you think leads to that confidence or that calm feeling out there on the court for this team?
I just feel like we're really just learning how to play together. We know what each other's strengths are, what each other's weaknesses are, so we just try to get each other in the best situation for us to succeed.
One thing I must say that I do enjoy, and I've seen it a couple of times, guys aren't afraid to just throw it down a few times out there. You're having a little bit of fun, and I know that some people might take a look at that as, I don't want to say messing around or whatever, but I think you have to have fun out there, and it feels like that this team is having fun that I don't want to say in years past maybe weren't, but maybe they just didn't have that identity of having fun.
Yeah, I mean, highlight plays are always fun to see. People like watching it, so, I mean, I just say to go out and play the game however works best for you. And,
so nothing pre-planned then? No, you don't look at Hollis and say,
there's a spur. If it happens, it happens. If he throws it up, I'll go jump and get it.
And I wish I had a vertical like that, but being a fat guy with bad knees, it just isn't going to happen right now. So it's pretty impressive, though, because that is one thing. I mean, besides you guys, you got Taz Jones out there who I think the football team would probably like to have him out on the defensive line. And he's a nice presence underneath and not only is he just big, but he's physical, and I don't know that that's been there for a few years for this team. And how has that helped out this year for you guys?
It actually helps out a lot because if we pass the ball into him, I personally don't think there's anybody in the top who can guard him one-on-one down low, so they have to help and freeze up the outside a little bit, and he's just a monster. Tough to guard.
He's not one I would, I wouldn't want to have to guard him. Not sure I'd want to meet him in a dark alley either. I mean, he looks like he could do some damage.
Oh, yeah.
He's solid. And Titus is down. He's a big teddy bear?
Sometimes, unless you make him mad.
Okay. Well,
So it's cool.
That's fine. Okay. Because I mean, he seems like a guy you just want to hang out with, though.
Yeah, for sure.
So, and not to say that you guys aren't. I mean, now I feel bad. Let me state for the public.
Fine, I tell Titus that all the time.
Titus and Hollis are two good guys to hang out with. They don't probably want to hang out with a fat guy that's in middle age, but I mean, if they did, I would probably want to hang out with them. So let's just make that clear for the listening audience here tonight.
I appreciate that.
So you guys now do the long road trips like to Southwestern or to Sterling? Does it mess with your guys' flow? Do you does it take some time to get yourself back up for the ball games?
Not so much anymore, because, well, for myself at least, I feel like knowing the magnitude of the game, it's like it's time to step on the court. You just got to be ready to play no matter what. A home game, road game, really doesn't matter.
For you, Titus?
Not really, honestly. It's time to play, then you just got to go out and play, give it your all.
What do you do, especially on those long road trips, to get yourself, to keep your mind fresh and be psyched?
I don't know, listen to music, try to get hyped, ready for the game, know my matchups, and
yeah, okay. Well, I was about to ask, and Hollis, you can answer this too. So what you listening to? Or what gets you psyched up for a game? Can you go? If you can't mention it on the air, I mean, I guess I...
No, I listen to some nice edited music.
Nice edited music. the one with the advisory stickers on it, but that everything's taken care of.
But listen to a little Migos, NBA Youngboy. There's a lot of stuff in there.
Titus?
I listen to a mixture of things, honestly. A little bit like Hollis said, some Migos. I listen to some Drake.
Got a couple slow jams in there now to get on the bus.
A couple slow jams.
Slow it down a little bit.
I guess it's whatever works. I don't know that I have much in the way of slow music. I don't know.
Better on the bus when you're trying to take a nap.
Okay. What would you suggest for a guy like me?
He can listen to Take Care out.
Oh, yeah. Take Care. Nice and slow, nice.
Mellow.
Okay. All right. I'll have to take your word for it. My oldest son probably has something like that hiding on his phone or computer or something, so I'll see if I can't bum it off of him and see if I can take it for a spin as far as that goes. We're going to take our first break of the night here. When we come back, we're going to talk with Titus and Hollis about Saturday's game with Tabor at Wilson Fieldhouse. Those games will be at 3 and at 5 in the afternoon, and you'll hear them here on 1220 and 103.7 FM. But first, let's take our break, and we'll be back with more Hoop Talk here on 1220 and 103.7 FM, KOFO.
Pizza.
The bald-headed, yellow-skinned guy behind me has just discovered pizza time.
Cheese bread. Buffalo wings.
You'll be drooling, too, with every bite of everything on the menu. Know what makes pizza time the best?
Dough.
That's right. Fresh-made dough gives pizza time pizza its wonderfully delicious flavor.
Beer. Wonderful, glorious beer.
Got that, too. And with football season here, there's no better place to watch a game or go after you've played one.
Pizza. Beer.
Close. It's pizza time. 208 South Main in Ottawa, 785-242-TIME.
The new Ottawa Care Clinic inside Cosentino's Price Chopper is there for you to treat minor illnesses such as flu and the common cold, sinus infections, ear infections, fever, ringworm, as well as minor injuries including abrasions or burns. No appointment is necessary to see one of the clinic's experienced and caring advanced registered nurse practitioners. The Ottawa Care Clinic inside Price Chopper. Available now for your convenience. Call 785-214-4903.
What it means to be an OU Brave is to be yourself. What I've learned here is I've created memories with friends, and I was actually really comfortable being in my own skin here. Everybody has their own personality, and we're all unique here, just trying to live significant lives. And I think I'm going to leave here with an imprint that will last forever and that I can hold on to and look back at and laugh at and see that I not only learned something, but I created friendships and memories that will always stick with me. That's what it means to be brave, to be yourself.
Be a brave. Visit ottawa.edu.
The game doesn't stop.
Neither should you.
Wherever you go, the game goes too, using the FM chip in your smartphone and the Next Radio app.
The Next Radio app brings real FM radio to your phone. Take control of your listening. Interact with stations in a brand new way. Share on social, enter contests, and favorite what's playing.
Enhance your radio listening experience and keep going. Your favorite team, host, and commentator go with you. And Next Radio's live guide shows you what's playing on all your favorite stations.
Like the one you're listening to right now. The best thing is, it's all totally free. No subscriptions, no fees.
And now, take your favorite local station anywhere in the U.S. with Next Radio's streaming capability.
Get off the sidelines and download the Next Radio app today, free.
Next Radio, live and local wherever you go.
Hoop Talk here on Swell 20 and 103.7 FM KOFO. I'm Bob Johnson. Limping through this broadcast, I was struggling with a little bit of cough and fun stuff like that, so I apologize that I'm not in top form for you guys this evening here. So we've learned that Drake is what I need to listen to, that Taz Jones is a teddy bear, and that these two probably are ready to get back on the court after last night and go for a better result against Tabor. And so I'll open this up here. With the way things went last night, does it make it where you guys just want to quickly get right back onto the court, or do you need a few days to kind of calm down and get ready?
I know for me, I'm ready to get back on the court and start another streak.
Titus?
I honestly can just get right back to it. I know it helps a lot when we get breaks to fix little wrinkles that we have, but yeah, I'm ready to go.
Was with the way things went last night, with the way that finished up, was it just, do you take it as a learning lesson, or is it something that you're going to use to fire yourself up for Tabor?
Somewhat of both. Like, we know that when we play in really good teams, our margin for error is very slim. So we got to capitalize, and we can't just give them easy points like Titus said. Like, we gave up a couple threes in transition where nobody was guarding people, and it's going to motivate us to go out here in our first home game after break and get ready to go.
And Titus, you have the Blue Jays who come in, and Tabor's been a good team over the last few years in the conference. What have you guys been able to take away from Tabor so far this year?
There's another team out there, another pretty good team in our conference, but we've already proven that we can compete with the top teams in the conference, so I feel like we have a good chance.
Who do you got to look out for on Saturday?
I know Tabor, they got
Julian Winton?
Julian Winton. He's their best player. He's pretty good, so if we can slow him down, I think we have a good chance.
Titus, you've had your share of struggles with, Hollis, you've had your share of struggles with playing Tabor over the years. What's been the most frustrating thing playing against them?
That's really ironic, but probably my sophomore year, my first conference game as a starter, I got a chance to win the game, and I missed, just like last night. So it's a lot of motivation coming into this game. I haven't, out of all the teams I've played since I've been here, I haven't beat Tabor, so I'm looking forward to this one.
Fans are, when you go on the road down there, the fans are also different. Maybe that's a nice way to put it.
Yeah. So they're involved. It's fun, though.
So that also gives you a little added extra oomph for trying to beat them, too, then.
Yeah.
So with that said, you've got them on your home court. It's the first game of the year at Wilson Fieldhouse of the new year. And Titus mentioned the player to try to keep to try to take down. But for you guys, what's it going to be to come away with a victory?
Just knowing our game plan, whatever coach has for us after we watch film and get scouting reports, and just execute and then playing together. As long as we play together, we're fine. We can beat anybody. So,
is there something that Tabor can do to maybe disrupt that that togetherness?
They can try, but that comes down to us, really. You know, we just got to be mentally tough. No, they might go on some runs. They might switch defenses. They might get physical with us, but I think we're pretty strong at every position, so we can find a way.
And Titus, for you, is it tough? I've got to imagine, because I know for me, when I'm broadcasting, just like at the beginning of the program when we were having the feedback and it sounded like Hendricks from Woodstock in '69, that you kind of get knocked off of your game, and you've got to collect yourself. Do you find it easy to do that, and when a team you play come out and kind of give you a punch right when you weren't expecting it?
Yeah, you really just slow down, just take your time, don't rush anything, just play the game like how you know how to play the game.
Almost sounds like dating advice, which that could be too. Yeah.
Good.
Hollis was going to add something.
I feel like that was happening to us early in the season. Like, we were coming out, getting hit in the mouth, and it took us to the second half to respond. But lately, Coach and everybody on our team, we come out and try to beat a bully. So we haven't really got down early too much lately. So that's something we pride ourselves on.
I was going to say, because I think maybe in years past, especially with teams like St. Mary,
we struggled against them for a while.
Tabor, maybe even Sterling. I think maybe there was a feeling by them to come out and be aggressive against you guys, and that you all would have a hard time fighting back. And maybe that's one of the differences with this year is that you guys are going out and punching first.
Yeah, sure.
Does that make a world of difference when you guys go out and do that?
It gives everybody from top to bottom that confidence. And we just come out and know we can do that. We can do that to anybody. We can play with anybody. And we see wins, and we want to keep winning. So,
Titus, for you, with that being said, do you like it as a big offensive play or a big defensive play to be what's the first aggressive move in the ball game?
I
don't lie.
I honestly like the offensive end. Like,
ain't nothing wrong with that.
Just being aggressive, attacking the rim, hard, thinking dunk, knocking down open threes, just getting like a lot of energy in the gym, hyping our teammates up. I feel like that helps out a lot.
Are you looking to maybe posterize somebody?
Hey,
be honest now.
I really want to.
Right?
I really do.
If we can get one. If there was a radio equivalent of posterizing somebody, I'd want to do that. But there's not much for media fatties. So, I mean, so I have to live vicariously through you guys when it comes to stuff like that.
Well, there you go, Tyson. I'm not pressure.
No, but no pressure now. I'm not putting any pressure. But, I mean, I would be with you on that. Hollis, for you, big offensive, big defensive play?
Either one. It doesn't really matter to me.
So it doesn't matter.
Whichever one to start us off to get going is fine with me.
Oh, now, come on. That's a coach answer. Oh, did Siebenthal tell you?
Nah, he didn't tell me that. I think I just might be around But no, if I get a steal or something where we get a good defensive stop and then we go down and score, it's just as good as going up and Titus dunking it, I think.
Okay, so since you said you maybe been around them a lot, do you find yourself, when you're away from the basketball court, just in your regular life, having a Coach Sieb moment and you have to stop and say, I'm just like Coach Sieb?
I have Coach Sieb moments. I wouldn't say I was just like
but you, okay, yeah.
I have moments where I'm like, that's something Coach Sieb would say.
Okay, an example that you could share on the radio. And if you can't come up with one, I know, but
come up with one right now.
Okay. Titus, do you have a Coach Sieb moment?
Honestly, I do got one. I don't think I do, but I'll let Hollis tell you.
Oh, okay, so Hollis has thought of one.
When somebody on our team is, maybe even myself, shooting and not shooting that well, I think to myself, you're open for a reason. And I can picture him just saying, your shooting percentages suck right now. Like get to the rim, shoot the ball. That's it.
He's a touchy-feely guy, isn't he?
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. I mean, when I think of Coach Stephenthal, I think of Hallmark moments. So, would you agree, Titus?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. All right. I'm trying to win you guys points here. I mean, I'm doing what I can. Plus, since he's not here, we'll have some fun with that.
Hopefully, he's not listening.
Maybe he is. Maybe he's thinking, man, those guys are doing a great job.
Well, if that's the case, appreciate it.
Would you be willing to be the media representatives for the team? Titus? Wow, that was done like a true politician right there.
Would I be willing? Why you? And I'll do my job if I have to do the job. That's the first thing I'd want to do.
Okay, that's fair. All right, well then, let's do this then. So for you guys to come away with a victory on Saturday against Tabor, what is it that you guys have to do well to come away with the win?
Us as a team?
Yes.
I feel like I said earlier, just come out, be the bully, have a lot of energy, be sound and solid on defense, and just play together. We'll be fine.
Titus, would you agree with that?
Yeah. Energy, I feel like, is a big part of it. Energy and effort. And if we play inside out, that'll help us out a lot, too. Because, like you said earlier, Taz is hard to handle down low, so especially Zay and Isaiah. So we can get it into them. They can score easy buckets. If not, they can kick it out. We can be wide open for two.
Okay, so we've talked a little bit about some of the starters. Let's talk about the bench. Who would be your pick for sixth man on your bench?
Sixth man. I'm gonna have to go with Jacob Knight.
What does Jacob bring?
His IQ is really high. He plays with a lot of passion. He's gonna play hard. So, and it's also, I like playing with him because I don't always have to have the ball. Like, he can create a little bit for other people. He can create for me some. So it's just like having 2 point guards out there. It's pretty fun.
You agree, Titus? And if you don't, who would you pick?
I mean, I can see him being a sixth man like that, but I don't know. I feel like we got a lot of players on the bench who could be that sixth man.
Oh, there's the second Coach Steve moment of the night right there. Man.
It's kind of hard to say.
I guess if you don't want to go back and have the team razz you for your pick or whatever.
It is a plus to have a lot of guys that can come in and help you.
No.
Any given night, we got people that can come in and contribute. So
I would say this is probably the deepest bench the team has had in at least 5 years, 6 years maybe.
We have a lot of people on our bench that could easily go and start on other teams. They're not really getting a lot of minutes on our team. So we got a lot of talent.
Any trades at the trading deadline?
Hope not.
Maybe you could get Cameron Hunt, who's been there for 17 years. And
he can stay out there.
Okay.
He got to see us again. He got to see us again.
And that's right. They got to come here.
Yeah.
So how are you going to welcome them?
They're not slipping away twice.
They're not slipping away twice. Titus? No?
You can't go for it.
You gonna set some sort of trap, some Scooby-Doo contraption, something like that? find it was Old Man Jenkins or something as Cameron Hunt. Are you familiar with Scooby-Doo Traps? A little bit. Okay, I've officially jumped the shark and gone over age with everybody on this one here. So we'll have to reel that one back in. So, well, guys, I've kept you a little bit longer than what I said that we would, but I mean we've had a great conversation here, and it's been a great start to the season. And continue good luck with it, and pull home a victory on Saturday. Because on the football side, I have a fan club at Tabor, but we won't talk about it. So yeah, bring home the victory against the Blue Jays. Guys, thank you very much. Titus Rice, Hollis Mitchell joining us here. We're going to take a break, and we're going to talk a little bit about Ottawa University women's basketball, and we will also hear from Coach Tate here shortly as we roll on with Hoop Talk. But first, a break. You're listening to Hoop Talk here on 1220 and 103.7 FM KOFO.
When you do it right, people notice. Take Ottawa's own Pizza Time. A perfect score on Yelp. Well, listen to the reviews. Jack C. said, "This is my favorite lunch location. It's a must-stop every time I'm in town." John R. from Washington, D.C. comes to Pizza Time whenever he's in town and says, "They never skimp on the toppings and the crust is made from scratch. Service is excellent and the delivery time is super fast." Read it for yourself at Yelp or TripAdvisor or check them out on Facebook. Pizza Time does it right. Dine in, carry out, delivery. All you can eat lunch buffet too. 785-242-TIME.
The new Ottawa Care Clinic inside Cosentino's Price Chopper is there for you to treat minor illnesses and injuries, including abrasions or burns. No appointment is necessary to see one of the clinic's experienced and caring advanced registered nurse practitioners. The Ottawa Care Clinic inside Price Chopper, open Monday, Thursday, and Friday, 11 until 7. Saturday, 9 till 4. Sundays, 9 until 3. Call 785-214-4903.
I came here to run cross country, and it ended up being way different than I thought it was going to be. It's unlike anything I've ever been a part of to be on the team. Everyone is so completely different. There are people you never thought you'd be friends with, nothing like your outside friends, but somehow you all click to be the same and have the same interests, but yet completely different. Everyone's always there for you. It's not just about running. Friendships and families, like they're your siblings when you're away from home. That's what it means to be a part of the Braves cross country and track team, to be a family.
Be a Brave. Visit ottawa.edu.
Huge selection, the biggest savings, and the best customer service after you buy your vehicle. That's Bob Allen Ford, and now we're here in Ottawa, Kansas. The purchase experience is easy. Shop from the comfort of your home at Bob Allen Ford Ottawa and BobAllenFord.com. Select the inventory you would like to see, and we'll do the rest. From new F-150s to Explorers, Escapes, and Fusions, we've got you covered. Don't forget the pre-owned selection of low-mileage, under-warranty cars and trucks from all manufacturers. All Fords are created equal. It's your dealer that makes the difference. The difference is Bob Allen Ford here in Ottawa.
Follow your favorite high school or Ottawa University team with the KOFO Sports Guide. The KOFO Sports Guide features your team schedule from football and volleyball to wrestling and basketball, golf, soccer, tennis, baseball, softball, and track. Pick up your free KOFO Sports Guide at Santa Fe Trail Meets, Kansas State Bank, Edward Jones Advisor Jason Burvey, Reeve Roofing and Construction, Cosentino's Price Chopper. You can also view the KOFO Sports Guide online at KOFO.com.
Hey, I want to say thanks again to Titus Rice and Hollis Mitchell who joined us here for Hoop Talk tonight, talking some men's basketball action for Ottawa University. So wanted to say thanks again. It was a great interview with them, talking about the game last night and against Southwestern and Winfield, and also Saturday's game against Tabor. So, certainly want to say thanks to them for joining us here tonight. But we are going to talk a little bit about Ottawa University Braves basketball, as the ladies in action last night in Southwestern, and it's always been a tough place to play, no matter what, for the men or women, but they always seem to be able to put on the good games. And the ladies last night got down early in the game, and unfortunately, just was not able to put it together. The second and third quarter were fantastic for the Lady Braves as they outscored the Mound Builders 15-11 in the second quarter and 17-12 in the third quarter. Excuse me. But unfortunately, it was really the first quarter where they were outscored 23-10 that got the Lady Braves in that ball game, as the final score was 58-53. Lady Braves were led in scoring on the night by Jessica King. She played 33 minutes, had 15 points in the ball game, and for off the bench for Ottawa University, Jennifer Anthony had 10, and then two other players chipped in with 9 apiece. That was Jenna Kramer and Leslie Spear, who had 9 apiece for Ottawa in that ball game. The Braves shot 33% from the floor. They were 25% from the three-point arc and 74% from the free throw line, as Ottawa coming up short. And that's one thing that Coach Tate teams in the past have had a lot of success doing, and that's shooting three-pointers. And that was unfortunately not working out for them last night in Winfield, as Southwestern led in scoring by Jordan Miller, who had 16 points on the night for the Mound Builders. Two players with 9 apiece, Taylor Henderson and Marissa Evans. The two guards had 9 points for the Mound Builders, as they shot 46, almost 47% from the floor. They were 57% from the three-point arc, including Taylor Henderson going 3 of 5. So all 9 of her points came from behind the three-point arc in the ball game. And the Mound Builders, 80% free throw shooting team. They were just 8 of 10 though from the floor in that ball game. So while the Braves were able to get to the free throw line 19 times, they just still were not able to get enough to come away with that victory. Braves did have 17 points off of turnovers by Southwestern. Excuse me again there, and the Mound Builders had 16 points. Braves had out-hustled Southwestern with 13 second-chance points to just 3. And the bench was about even, 15 points for Ottawa, 16 for the Mound Builders. And the Braves out-rebounded Southwestern in the ball game also. So when you take a look at things as a whole, the loss really can be attributed to just the shooting for Ottawa. The Braves took 10 more shots than Southwestern. The Braves were 18 of 55, Southwestern 21 of 45. So Braves not able to take as much advantage with their opportunity in the ball game that Southwestern was with their possessions. Braves turned the ball over 14 times. Mound Builders with 13 turnovers in that ball game. But when you take a look at what happened in that ball game, it comes down to shooting as the issue for Ottawa University. But as a young team, you're going to see that happen as, a young team's going to have those struggles. And then the Lady Braves are rebuilding after losing several players to graduation last year. And so with the team working on rebuilding, that is obviously going to take a toll in trying to get the right pieces put together, but you can see growth with these teams. With this team so far, even though the record for Ottawa University at 4-11 and 2-7 in conference maybe doesn't show that just yet in that ball game. So let's go ahead and take our final break of the night. And when we come back, we will hopefully talk with Coach Tate and talk a little bit about Saturday's game with Tabor. You're listening to Hoop Talk here on 1220 and 103.7 FM KOFO.
Pizza.
The bald-headed, yellow-skinned guy behind me has just discovered Pizza Time.
Cheese bread. Buffalo wings.
You'll be drooling, too, with every bite of everything on the menu. Know what makes Pizza Time the best?
Dough.
That's right. Fresh-made dough gives Pizza Time pizza its wonderfully delicious flavor.
Beer. Wonderful, glorious beer.
Got that, too. And with football season here, there's no better place to watch a game or go after you've played one.
Pizza. Beer.
Close. It's Pizza Time. 208 South Main in Ottawa, 785-242-TIME.
What it means to be an OU Brave is to be yourself. What I've learned here is I've created memories with friends, and I was actually really comfortable being in my own skin here. Everybody has their own personality, and we're all unique here, just trying to live significant lives. And I think I'm going to leave here with an imprint that will last forever and that I can hold on to and look back at and laugh at and see that I not only learned something, but I created friendships and memories that will always stick with me. That's what it means to be brave, to be yourself.
Be a Brave. Visit ottawa.edu.
Huge selection, the biggest savings, and the best customer service after you buy your vehicle. That's Bob Allen Ford, and now we're here in Ottawa, Kansas. The purchase experience is easy. Shop from the comfort of your home at Bob Allen Ford Ottawa and BobAllenFord.com. Select the inventory you would like to see, and we'll do the rest. From new F-150s to Explorers, Escapes, and Fusions, we've got you covered. Don't forget the pre-owned selection of low-mileage, under-warranty cars and trucks from all manufacturers. All Fords are created equal. It's your dealer that makes the difference. The difference is Bob Allen Ford here in Ottawa.
Radio moves. Radio breathes. Radio never sleeps. And Next Radio keeps up. It goes where you go, so you never miss a beat. It's live. It's local. It's a connection. A shared experience, just you and your radio. And a couple million people, give or take. Next Radio keeps up. You thought that phone couldn't get any smarter? Well, it got simpler. It got leaner. It's got your back. And it'll keep you moving. Winning. In the know. And it'll get you where you want to go. All in the palm of your hand. Next Radio. Live and local, wherever you go.
Listen to your favorite FM stations with the free Next Radio app. Live and local, wherever you go. Download the free Next Radio app today.
And welcome back to Hoop Talk here on 1220 and 103.7 FM KOFO as we are in the final segment of tonight's show, which as we get you ready for Saturday's ball game against Tabor, we'll take a look at the Lady Braves as a whole here. As we mentioned, Ottawa at 4-11 on the year, 2-7 in conference, and this will be the first meeting of the season between these two teams as Tabor will come to town. Tabor is ranked 17th in the nation right now in NAIA Division II women's basketball. So it's going to be a tough contest for these Lady Braves as they get ready to host Tabor, being a nationally ranked squad. This will be the 74th all-time meeting between these two teams, and Tabor has had the upper hand in the series, 45 wins to 28 losses, and head coach Bruce Tate, 6 of 15 all-time against the Blue Jays. Braves have lost 6 in a row to Tabor as they lost in the last meeting between the two teams in Hillsboro last season, 66-41. And the last time Ottawa University defeated Tabor in women's basketball action was back on January 21st of 2015 in Wilson Fieldhouse. So it's been almost 3 years since the Braves won that game, 62-57. And the Braves haven't won in Hillsboro in almost 6 years, as it was February 2nd, 2012, when Ottawa University defeated Tabor 57-49. Between these two teams, it's been a clearly decided contest between them. there's only been one game that has gone into overtime between the two teams, and that was on February 19th of 2009 in Wilson Fieldhouse when the Lady Braves beat Tabor 72-66. Excuse me. Neither team, though, has hit 100 points against each other in the previous 73 meetings between the two teams. So the Braves and Tabor, although they can put some points on the board, I would expect a low-scoring affair come Saturday afternoon at 3 o'clock. And Braves come into this game led by Jessica King, as she is the leading scorer with 12.8 points per game, 7.7 rebounds, and 1.8 assists, and also a half block a game. Caitlin Hughes is the team's leader in steals with 1.3. And the Braves are working on trying to find a way to gel in the second half of the season as the team looking to make sure that they can find their way into the conference tournament come February, the end of February. As you never know what's going to happen at that point in time with once you get into that conference tournament. Tabor comes into this game, as we mentioned, 14th ranked. And here is head coach Bruce Tate. Coach, welcome to the program.
Yeah, I'm probably a little late, so got a team Christmas party going this evening, and I was listening to you on the way down here, so, talking about the history between us and Tabor, and I like your prediction, and most likely will be a low-scoring game on Saturday.
Well, that's one thing you like to preach is defense, and that's something with this team. It's a young team, so that's one thing that's going to help them. As I'm talking about it, it really seems like when you look at the stats, if one looked at the stats, the only reason why the Braves lost last night was shooting.
Exactly. One of the top defensive teams in the league, and that's a proud thing to be happy about because, with youth, they usually don't like to play a lot of defense. They want to take a lot of shots and score a lot of points, but this team has struggled to put some points up on the board, and we're trying to do anything and everything to try to increase our opportunities, and we're just coming up with some empty possessions and missed a lot of easy shots last night. We got it within 2, and a few layups there towards the end, and then Southwestern come down and knock down 3, another 3, and kind of just stretched it out. But even up with giving up a few of those easy buckets, our goal is to hold teams under 60 points, and we're consistently doing that on a consistent basis.
Well, and that's another thing that seems to be a struggle with this team is maybe some three-point shooting at times.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we lost Lucia Archuleta at semester due to health reasons, some heart issues that will not allow her to continue to play basketball, so that's a three-point shooter loss. Jenna Kramer dealing with some knee issues as well. Caitlin Hughes is fairly inconsistent at the three-point line, but, she can get going. She can fill it up. Maddie McElroy coming off the bench, a freshman. Someone that also can get it going, but we're not knocking down wide open threes, and we're just trying to get them to do that. We worked on it for about 30 minutes today in a drill. Them just getting their feet ready and set and stepping into the ball and letting it launch.
And obviously, it's going to take time. And with a team that's young and trying to find that gel. Do they feel a lot of pressure right now?
A little bit. I mean, just with the tradition that we have in our program the last few years of finishing in the top 4, now being at the bottom and scratching and clawing just to get into that 8th spot for the tournament. So my expectations are still high for them. Tradition never graduates. Our culture is what it needs to be, and I do expect us to go out there and compete every single night, regardless of our age and our youth. And if I put you out there on the floor, you know, I want you to compete at the highest level that you can and do it on a consistent basis.
Well, the key's going to be finding a way to stop Taylor Denniston for Tabor. She's playing pretty well for the Blue Jays coming in.
Yeah, absolutely. They've lost their top player, Ettinger, to a broken hand that I've heard, and unless she's magically ready to go by this weekend, she's going to be out. And Taylor has done an awesome job taking over that program and leading them, and she has the ball in her hand 70% of the time. So we're going to need some great defense on her, and she's doing a great job of getting to the rim, knocking down threes, and she's willing that team to some wins, and they just have that culture of winning and finding ways to win, and that's what they're doing. They make shots on a consistent basis.
Got about 2.5 minutes here to go, and when it comes down to it on Saturday, what's going to be, what do the Braves got to do to get a victory?
Well, for one, we've got to control what we can control. That is our defense intensity. You know, our efforts throughout the night. We've got to be mentally tough. We have to win every possession that we can. And we've got to make wide open shots. We got to take advantage of their defensive breakdowns, and I think that's the most difficult thing that we haven't accomplished yet, is being able to do that. So I think if we can defend extremely well and try to knock down some open shots, that'd be great. But I told the girls last night, if both teams show up on Saturday and play like they're capable of playing, the game may still not get out of the 40s, you know. So we'll see how it goes, and I would like for it to get out of the 40s. I'd like to score 70 if I can, but you know, it's a great chance that it could be low in scoring.
Well, and I think the lower the score, the better chance for the Lady Braves.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's very true. And if we can keep it in the 40s, I feel confident that we can score at least 50. And Jess King is doing a great job of making shots for us. We're just trying to get some other girls going, but you're exactly right. You know, if we can get some shots down, it should be an exciting game.
Jess has really done a great job playing down low in the time that she's really got the opportunity to.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this is her senior year, and she's one of the most difficult post players to guard, you know, in the conference. You know, she can knock down some wide open jumpers and things of that nature. She's going to be even more difficult to guard. But she's extremely quick, extremely athletic, and jump out of the gym. And when she plays intense, she can do some things. Shooting, you know, over 60% right now in the league, and that's very impressive for any player in our conference.
Coach, I appreciate you taking time out. I know you had the Christmas party. The ladies, hello.
Yeah.
Good luck on Saturday with this one, and shock the world. Knock off a 14th ranked team.
I'd love to do that, and thanks for your patience. And you know, if anyone's out there that's listening, definitely come to the game on Saturday. And if you're listening, shoot me an email, and I'll put you on a pass list and get you in free.
All right. So we'll wrap it up for this week. Thanks to Coach Tate, Titus Rice, and Hollis Mitchell. We'll talk to you next week from Pizza Time.
Cold with gale force wind gusts. ABC's Eva Pilgrim.
Sub-freezing temperatures turning roads to pure ice from Virginia to Georgia, stranding drivers for hours.
Just slow down. Slow down.
At least 6 deaths now being blamed on this storm.
A foot or more of snow in New York.